Hello, everyone. Welcome to TV Book Club Evangelion episodes 23 and 24. I'm your host, David, and I'm joined here, as always, by Josh.
Who doesn't love a little depression?
Oh my God, so much depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're almost to the finish line here. We have two episodes of the main series left, and then the movie, and then the rebuilds. And yeah, it's real depressing and dark, Josh.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's very much an unnecessary type of it's like a show being like, oh, this character is depressed. Let's really just pound into depression. But
Yeah.
there seems to be like there usually in most cases like modern media with depiction of depression, they usually have like a good thing of like, oh, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, or they get a dog, or something changes. This has been like 3 episodes of one character in a coma,
Yeah.
being comatose basically.
Well, also knowing like there is no light at the end of the tunnel either.
No.
Like none. Like even if Asuka stopped being depressed, everything's ending. The world's ending. Something horrible is going to happen next week. Something horrible happened this week.
Yes. So Kaji's dead.
So yeah, Kaji died last episode, and I thought it. So episode 23, Tears, also Ray 3, opens with
Yep.
Misato waiting next to the phone. This is like a callback to like the what was it like the fifth or sixth episode, which
Hmm.
was called the silent phone because she talks about that.
Yeah.
Um, Meanwhile, Asuka is at the class president's house and is super depressed and is just playing video games.
Very much on point for what do you do when you're depressed? I don't know. I'm just gonna throw myself into this repeatable game and just run with it.
Yes.
What are you doing? I'm playing Mario Kart. Did you finish Mario Kart? I'm just playing Mario Kart. Please leave me alone. Okay. What are you
Yes.
playing at? 50cc. Just leave me alone.
Are you speaking out of experience, Josh?
Yes, this is that experience of somebody I had to ask me, "Hey, you're playing Double Dash a lot. Are you okay?" No, I'm trying to get King Boo. I thought you already unlocked King Boo. Just let me do this, please.
Well, now we know the signs when you're depressed. You play Mario Kart.
Yeah, real hardcore Mario Kart. Sele's not happy with anybody at this point.
No, they're interrogating Gendo because he had the spear of Longinus thrown into space, and it's orbiting around the moon,
Come
and no one knows
on.
how to get it.
What do you mean? It's near the moon. It's fine. Let the spear do what it needs to do. It did its purpose. It killed an angel. Look at that.
Is that its purpose, or is it supposed to be there for the end, Josh?
I don't know. I am very much of just like it was the last angel killing device that they had that wasn't in Ava. It's like, what is the last resort? Got this weird two-pronged spear thing we could throw. Let's use that.
I mean, not just like the like you were. It is the only thing that can kill an angel besides an Ava, except they need an Ava to throw it because it's a
Well, they still have
giant
Avas
spear.
around, like Resa's Unit 1, it's back together, I guess, and then like Unit 2 is just sitting there chilling, so it's fine. You know, it's fine. Unit 1's still around. It's cool.
Yes. So the next angel arrives, and it's this weird circle snake thing. It's
First
just
is a circle, then it's a worm.
yeah, and it's just like it's like two tubular things. I don't know. It's a weird thing, and it looks solid from further away.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a real disgusting creature.
it's not like super gross. It just looks weird. It's another nondescript.
But
Uh,
I like but the way that it like does its angel thing is kind of gross.
well, yeah. So Ray, Unit Zero and Ray are deployed, and it attacks her, and like it basically the angel like touches her with one of its ends and starts like trying to merge itself in there. So yeah, and it makes like this weird, gross, like
and
ripply effect on the Ava and Ray's skin.
it's basically usually stuff that happens to an Ava, like, oh hey, its arm get cut off or the arm gets ripped off. They feel it kind of sort of, but it's not a real thing. But this is actually physically affecting Ray,
Yes,
and it starts doing weird psychology stuff to her.
yes, she's on like that weird void talking to the angel. Um, Unit 2 is deployed, but Asuka's sync rate is less than 10%, and so the Ava doesn't move, and she like doesn't leave the exit chute, so they just drop her back into it.
Yep. It really just makes her character very sad of just like this way super strong gung ho character just immediately was like, you know what? I'm not about this. Not doing this. I
Um,
I I'm done.
yeah, the angel further corrupts Rey, asking her to become one with it in their weird mental void. Shinji is deployed to rescue her, and Asuka is even more depressed now because they didn't send him to rescue her. And then,
Yeah.
but when Shinji gets there, the angel's tail goes to attack him, except it makes like the end of it becomes a ray, like a weird, totally white
It
ray that attacks Shinji.
yeah, it this is like the weird this is very much just like weird body horror stuff that I'm not really about.
Someone should watch more David Cronenberg.
Someone should not watch more David Cronenberg and just accept that sometimes you don't want to see a body doing weird stuff.
Yes.
Bodies are already weird, don't need super weird body stuff.
Um, and when Shinji stabs the angel with the, because he grabs it so it doesn't start, and no, but it starts merging with him through his hand, right?
Yep, it's a very much like a ringworm type deal. What I've always seen ringworm described as, like when I was a kid, of just like you'll see like a little thing in your hand. So it tries to do that.
Yeah. Well, except ringworm's not an actual worm.
I, David, the audience knows this. I'm just trying to
Do
get something
they?
so that they. Come on,
I don't know. I haven't heard anyone talk about that in like 15 years.
we should do a ringworm podcast and just do
No,
podcasts about
shut up.
ringworms. No, that sounds great.
So,
Ringworm was first discovered in 1800 by
when Shinji
scientists.
stabs the angel with the progressive knife, Rei screams like through their comm system. So,
And,
go ahead.
and then Ray decides, you know what? I'm out.
Yeah, she
I, I I have to
man.
follow the protocol instated by Gendo, and I have to defeat the angel.
Yeah, she manages to
And
Einstein. She is
and
not
Einstein
happy with
also
what
wants
Ray did.
wants
Yeah,
wants to
come
defeat the
here.
angel.
Um, she Einstein. She pulls the angel into Unit Zero, like absorbs it completely, and then self destructs.
Yep. Which Ray has been hinting at since the beginning of, I'm willing to die.
Yes,
Let me die.
and uh, and it also destroys most of Tokyo 3 when she does it.
That's not important. I don't know what you're talking about. Collateral damage is something that happens now.
And then we see Sele talking about how there's only one more angel written about in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yep. All according to the Dead Sea Scrolls.
So everyone's super depressed now. Um, Misato, trying to comfort Shinji, like tries to get physical with him, and he freaks out, justifiably.
Yeah. This is the beginning of the end of Misato doing anything for Be very honest with you.
Well, there's only 2 episodes left, and what happens at the end of this episode, I don't like. We're at the end game. There's nothing left for anyone to do besides the power players.
Yeah. You gotta go to Central Dogma.
So
See,
they say Ray is alive, that she was recovered alive. But
quote unquote alive.
but Shinji goes to talk to her, and she's like, "That's not me. I'm the third." Um, and she's like, then we cut to her back in her room, and she picks up Gendo's glasses and starts crying, but she's not sure why, because this is the first time she's ever seen them. Because this is, I mean, this is confirmed in like minutes, but it is a clone of Ray. All of the Rays are clones.
Yep. All of the Rays are clones.
Uh,
They are all the same clone, and it's sort of just like it's very much like a very anime comic book thing of, oh hey, this person who just seems like a robot is in fact kind of not a robot, but is actually a just progressive clone system.
yes. Ritsuko is interrogated by Sele naked,
Why?
because they're trying to humiliate her, because they're really fucking pissed off, and I guess they were gonna do it to Gendo, but he sent her in his place.
And Riska's not very happy about that, is she?
No. Also, we see that pill that Kaji left Misato had a hidden drive in it.
And that hidden drive is very important because it kind of sets up the end game.
Oh, okay. They don't really go into that these episodes. Just that it is important.
Yeah. Come on, David. The cool pill end game stuff. It's all Avengers and Evangelion Endgame.
Sele is rushing the completion of more Ava units to make a total of 12. Though I'm a little confused about that, because aren't 2 of them destroyed? 3 now? Unit 0,
Yeah,
3, and 4?
but the thing about it is, uh, Nerve has like made a lot of those in a way, and I feel like the reason that they're rushing is just it's just for like
Because of the Dead Sea Scrolls.
they're Dead Sea Scrolls. Let's just say Dead Sea Scrolls.
Right. Well, if they have a reason, it's not been told to us.
No,
They also mentioned that the destruction of Tokyo 3 will accelerate their plans.
everyone has plans that are being revealed at this moment, and they're kind of like layering on top of each other, and they all seem like awful plans.
No. Everyone has plans. They're not being revealed to each other at the same moment. They're just talking about how everything's going according to their plans.
And then you're just sitting in a tank wondering, what is the plan?
What
Would
is
someone please? Where does it begin and where does it end?
if
Sorry, I watched The Matrix last night with Jackie, and
had she
yeah,
never
we
seen
watched the
it?
last. She's never seen The Matrix, so we watched like Revolutions.
Oh God, why?
Well, listen, I'm a huge fan of just watching. You got to watch the entire thing if it gets to a point. Also, I forgot them, and I realized that the second one is not bad. The third one is very bad because there's no fighting in it. It is all just robots and we're getting off point. Okay.
So,
We should get to the
going back to Evangelion, I can say that both of the episodes this week were a lot of everything's going according to my plan. This is all happening. Everything needs to happen. There are reasons for everything, and they're just telling us this and not telling us any of the reasons. I spent a lot of the time I watching this the first time and rewatching this to take notes, just kind of staring at the screen, wondering what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
Not in like a I'm confused because none of this makes sense, but in a there are things going on and I don't understand the significance in context because I need more information. Like,
And you know that in the deep back part of your heart, you're not going to get that
oh, I'm pretty
information.
positive I'm not going to get any of this information. They keep
What are the Dead Sea Scrolls?
yes.
Why won't anybody tell me what do they look like?
What is written in them? What is this prophecy? Tell me
What are
the
they written
prophecy.
on? Someone
Stop
tell me about the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Stop telling me there is a prophecy and everything's going according to it. Tell me what the prophecy is, please.
No. Keep watching the Sad Robot Show.
It's like if we read Harry Potter and they didn't tell us that he was destined to defeat Voldemort until the last book.
But they kept
Just that
hinting at it,
that
and
there
then it's
was a
just like
prophecy and it's super important and that Voldemort keeps attacking Harry for some reason, but we don't know why.
that's good literature right there. Should we get to the graveyard?
Yeah, so Ritsuko goes to bring Shinji to Central Dogma, or I guess is it Terminal Dogma? I don't. I'm confused. It's that whole part of Nerve.
I think it's central then terminal.
Okay, because Terminal is specifically where Adam is. Well,
Yeah.
we'll get to that because that
Yep.
there's stuff with that in the next episode. And then Misato wants to come too, and she's like, "Oh, you're definitely coming."
We all get to witness this.
Yeah, so first we go into a room that Shinji says looks a lot like Rei's room. They act like it's an exact copy of her room, even though it like the quality and like the Spartanness of the room is the same, but it looks totally different.
It looks similar enough that it's just a drab, miserable looking
Yeah,
place that just looks like shit.
yeah, but like they're like, it's oh my god, it looks just like Rei's room, and I'm like, well, yeah, because there's nothing here. It's just and like not super clean.
Yes. And then we get to Ray.
Oh, well, they also talk about how like this was imprinted on Rei's psyche at like a fundamental level. Then we go to the Ava graveyard, which is like it is creepy looking, but it's also just bones.
Yep, just bones and holes of failed projects.
Very
And
weirdly
you,
shaped holes. Like there's like a weird pattern there. It almost looks like the like a weird minimalist version of the tree from the opening credits.
that's on purpose. It's all
I
according to Dead Sea Scrolls.
shut up. Because yeah, these were all the failures at creating Ava's win, which they created a lot of failed Avas.
Yes, and it's weird that Sele keeps being like, "We need more," and it's like, dude, how do we get from all these failures?
But so I assume Miss Ritsuko's goal was to bring them to the dummy plug system because that is where they end up. And so we've seen this room so many times, but we've never seen the back wall lit. So when they light up the back wall, it turns out it's a giant tank full of rays.
Ah, yes, the dummy system.
Yes.
This is the dummy system. It's all full of rays. Who wrote this?
I mean, it makes sense. Kind of. So
Yep.
they say so Avas are made in the image of Adam, and I assume they're like, are they like taking pieces? Like, what do they ever explain? How do they ever elaborate on that at all?
No.
Okay, but Avas, all of the
All of the Avas, what?
all of the, as you know, this doesn't bother me. I mean, it bothers me a little bit, but I can't complain too much because we are giant Twin Peaks fans. But Twin Peaks never gets this complicated either.
No, it does not.
It gets weird
But
and dream logicy, but it never gets this like technically complicated.
see, but the entire thing is, I think Twin Peaks gave you a book to go through some questions that you had of what happened to this character? What did this all mean? What is this?
Well,
Okay.
didn't Evangelion also create a Japanese only book like that also gave you like three answers and like way more and like even more questions at times?
Yes, because you know what? That's not the point of this.
Couldn't could isn't that what people say the problem with Lost was, Josh?
No. Listen.
Well, yes, that is what people say the problem with Lost is, except they're wrong. They're wrong.
Ah,
They're wrong about that. I'm just making a joke.
you know how to cut me so deep. Why do you
Well,
have to
I
bring up
love
my
Lost too. I accept the fact that it's about the characters, not the plot. This show was about the plot and characters being sad.
Yeah, let's get to, you know what, Ritsuko kind of flew. This is the
Oh,
episode where I
hold on.
believe that I'm like, Ritsuko, you kind of suck, and then she's like, I'm gonna blow up all these clones.
But before that, she also says that Unit Zero was the only Ava they created that had a soul already inside of it, which is Rey.
Wait, what?
She says that. When she says that Avas were imprinted with human souls originally, except for Unit Zero, it had a soul already, who is
Ah,
Rey.
yeah. Sorry, I got confused by the numbering.
Yeah. Well, yeah, which is confusing because, like, I thought maybe Rey was a clone. She seems to be some sort of clone also of, oh my God, what is
Shinji's mom.
Shinji's mom? I forgot what her name was because we only
Uh,
learned it recently.
yeah, it's fine.
It's like UA or something.
Yeah, it's Yui.
Yui. Um, which is confusing. But yeah, uh,
Yeah.
Ritsuko has an angry breakdown and destroys all of the clones in the tank, which is very disgusting because they all like
Yes,
disintegrate into organs and shit and blood.
it's it's gross, and they're all still in that tank of LCL,
Also, we've
which
seen a lot of naked female forms in this show, uh, and this is the first time they've ever had nipples, and it was weird.
they're all dolls, David. They're all dolls, smiling, creepy dolls.
Life, like, yeah, husks, empty husks.
It's sort of like, I don't know. I have nothing to really go here. That's kind of it for this episode. Like, I don't know if there's anything else of.
No, no, that is the end. I have no more notes for this episode. We should just roll right into the next one because everything's connected now.
Yes, everything is connected.
So, episode 24, The Last Cometh, and The Beginning and the End, or Knocking on Heaven's Door, which, no, no. Was this made before that movie?
I don't know. This came out in 1996, so
1996. Okay. Cowboy Bebop, Knocking on Heaven's Door. Oh, yeah, it was 2001. So,
yeah.
I know it's a phrase. I just don't like thinking. I don't want to think about Cowboy Bebop while I'm thinking about Evangelion. So Asuka dreams of like excitedly going to tell her mom that she was selected to be a pilot, only to find her dead and hanging.
Hey, remember that depression we talked about earlier? How about some more?
Yeah. So then we cut to Shinji telling her that Kaji was killed by Nerve, and her refusing to believe it. And then we cut to Nerve finding Asuka. So, okay, so she's naked in a bathtub full of water somehow because she's in like a ruined house in Tokyo 3. Like I don't know how she got there or what she's doing.
uh, Literally just being depressed.
She also looks like she hasn't eaten in days because she's very gaunt.
Yes.
Oh, and it turns out she's been missing for a week.
You know, depression, it really sucks. It is really funny, like rewatching this again, and it's sort of just like when I was a kid and watched it for the first time, I didn't understand like why is she being so lame? What is her issue? It's fine. Roll through it. And now, as a mildly depressed adult, I'm like, ah, I see.
I understand these feelings.
I get it. I understand. So she is pretty much officially, like by nerve standards,
Well,
useless.
she is. She can't sync with her Ava. She can't do anything.
She's out.
She's out. Um,
So
Gendo.
somebody gets sent to replace her.
Well, we're not there yet because Gendo's first talking to Ritsuko in that. So we're in this room twice, and I don't know if it's a jail cell or just like a weird conference room they're keeping her in because it's basically It looks like a black room. She's on the left side of the frame, sitting in a like splayed out in a chair, and there's like this giant glowing red nerve like room marker sign in the background that like flicks on and off, I guess. Because Gendo talks to Ritsuko and says he's disappointed, and she says, "What do you mean disappointed? You never had any expectations of me in the first place."
Uh, that's
Yeah, I mean, she
yeah.
also talks about how like he he used her physically and mentally and stuff, but that's the important part. Is just yeah, she feels defeated. She doesn't know what the fuck to do. She feels exact. She actually she says she feels exactly like her mom did. Must have.
Didn't her mom have a relationship with Gendo?
Yes, she did. And he also didn't have any feelings for her. And then we assume Gendo murdered her after she murdered Ray, the first Ray.
Yeah. We have no proof of that. We can't say allegedly. You have to put
I
allegedly, or
said
we're gonna get sued,
assumed. I
David.
said assumed.
Allegedly.
Like,
I don't want
yeah,
Gendo coming after me, even though he's a
allegedly.
fictional character. Allegedly.
Um, so all the other kids are gone and their families after Tokyo 3 was destroyed. Because, like, where else would they go? And then, so
Uh,
Shinji's, like, hanging out in the ruins. And that's when he meets, yes, the fifth pilot, Kaworu Nagisa.
Kaoru. Kaoru.
He's singing a song in the ruins, and he says that music is Lillian's highest achievement. So, right, literally from the moments we meet him, it's like, oh, this guy's not human, and
Oh,
apparently,
really? You couldn't tell by his red eyes and pale skin?
it's anime, Josh,
Yes, but the only people who have pale skin are fucking weirdos, i.e., Ray.
and Kaworu,
Kaoru.
Kaworu. Yes, but he's clearly also referring to humans as Lilins.
Yeah, he just talks like a weirdo.
Because he is a weirdo, and like thinking this as soon as I met him, and then eventually revealed, yes, he is an angel in human form.
Well, I think that goes in hand of just like you start real. I think I don't know if you realize by this point of just the angels keep going more and more towards like messing with like they're trying to meld with humans and also trying to understand them.
Yes,
And so the
this is the
pinnacle of
end game,
that,
and this
this
is the
is
final angel written about in the Dead Sea Scrolls, right?
yes,
Except we also find out that it was it whatever was sent by Sele.
yep, which kind of puts things into a weird perspective of it really just furthers the importance of what the fuck is Sele doing?
And what is Gendo doing?
What is anybody doing besides the main character we've been dealing with? I don't know.
What is anyone doing except for the people we know who are just depressed now and barely doing anything?
Yeah.
So
Also,
yes,
Sele is just like we're just waiting for Gendo to fuck us over. That's all we're doing.
yeah. Well, they're also trying to figure out what the fuck he's doing.
But he will come and betray us.
Yes. So the sync tests for Kaworu are impossible. They say like he's like in perfect sync, and anytime they like change any of the factors in the plug tanks, he's adapting perfectly.
Wow, it's almost as if he is perfect in every single way.
Uh, Kaoru meets Rei, and he says that he was built like her to assume the body type of the Lilin.
Uh, I have a pain point with Kaoru, and it's mostly that he just becomes the most annoying person in the room as soon as he enters.
Well, aren't you glad you only have a single episode with him then?
It's a long episode.
It is. Well, I mean, a little bit, yeah. So
That his interaction with Ray is also just like the weird part of this episode as well.
yes. Well, it gets weirder later.
Yeah.
So he's talking to Shinji, and then Shinji's like, "I have to go take a shower." And Kaoru's like, "Can I go with?" Um, and holy shit, their like bathroom is enormous.
It's a shower enough for an entire company of people.
Yeah. So they're sitting in front of like a giant TV screen talking, and then he holds Shinji's hand, to which like Shinji freaks out at first, like just reacts.
But it this is this is where translation and stuff comes out of just like this is kind of it's a combination of it's the first person to give Shinji any type of like actual like real attention, the attention that he desperately needs,
Yes.
but it's also depending on how the context is. This is also a little bit of a queer relationship. Like
I don't see that at all just because like I don't see like I feel like Shinji might be reading like I don't see it as a queer relationship because I feel like Shinji might have been getting those vibes, but I don't think Kaoru is actually giving them off. I think
and that gets and but that's the thing about it. It's just that Shinji believes those vibes.
yes,
Remember,
because
there's no one left.
there's no one left, and at the time Shinji doesn't realize that Kaoru isn't human either.
Well, yes, because he's
So this is the first person in his life who's actually giving him attention and I guess affection.
yeah.
Um,
And so how does he and this is how he reacts to it.
and
And it kind of is a like follow through for like most of the episode till the end.
yeah, and Kaoru talks about how humans are constantly living with pain in their hearts, and that Shinji is worthy of his grace.
Yeah, telling that to a person who has been emotionally manipulated and pretty sad and there's no one else there, it sounds like a
Great idea.
great time. And then he
Again,
starts spilling his guts to him.
so Gendo talks to Sele, and we finally see the scar on his hand, and
Yeah.
what the fuck, Josh?
Yep. It's all according to Gendo's plan, not the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's all according to Gendo.
It's got like a weird eyeball in it.
Yep.
What is going
And
on?
it doesn't get any better from here.
Oh, I think I do understand more actually now, thinking back on this. We'll get there.
Okay. Okay.
So Shinji sleeps over at Kaoru's apartment. Oh, I guess I missed the part of the exchange where Shinji's like, "Well, it's bedtime," and Kaoru's like, "With you?" And Shinji's like, "No, no, no, no. They have an apartment for you."
Yep.
But then he sleeps over anyway because this is his only real friend, who isn't a friend, I guess.
It's very like this is very much just watching a train wreck getting ready to happen.
Is it a train wreck or is it just we're getting like a quarter of the information we need to really know what's going on?
Both.
This episode feels a lot more like David Lynch.
Yes. But it also is just
Except instead of throwing technical terms at us like Evangelion, David Lynch just throws emotions at us. Like, feel this. You don't need to know what's going on, but you need to feel this.
this is what I want.
So then we see Kaoru talking to Sele.
It's the monoliths.
Yes. And there's like a weird like stone thing. Like it's not the usual background. I don't know what's going on in that scene because there's
Uh-huh.
color and that weird like white bony thing that I don't know what it was. Uh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
okay, so then Sele says that humans are Lilith reborn, whereas the angels are Adam reborn. And Kaoru is Adam's soul in human form, but his physical body is Gendo, I guess.
It's Gendo put Adam's body into his body.
Yeah, he merged them together, which is why we saw the weird eyeball.
Yep.
Which when I saw that again, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And then at the end of the episode, I'm like, okay, now it makes sense, I guess. sort of. I don't know. Uh,
It's it's
Re-
very confusing at this part. I'm so sorry.
Misato goes to talk to Ritsuko, and she tells Misato that Kaoru is probably the final messenger because Misato's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with the fifth child. And then we cut to Kaoru hovering in front of Unit 2. He activates it without an entry plug. All of a sudden, he's giving off the readings of an angel, and he starts descending into terminal dogma.
It is very much the puppeteer just being like, all right, I gotta do this thing. Well, I can't physically do it. I'm gonna use this thing to do it.
Yes. Well, except it turns out he can physically do it.
Yep.
He's just using uh, Unit 2 because Unit two's soul has like receded inside, just like Asuka has.
It's an open puppet to work with stuff.
Yes. So Shinji sent after Kaoru to prevent him from reaching terminal dogma. Kaoru tells Shinji that AT fields, which is what humans call them, are the will of the heart. They're the will of the heart made manifest. It's a secret barrier that none can cross.
Yeah, techno bullshit.
And in the background, Misato's preparing the self destruct for Unit 1 in case to prevent a third impact. Um, and then Kaoru, from his own body, generates the strongest AT field they've ever seen. And he and Shinji, like, he surrounds them with it, and they crash through all of the barrier protections between them and Terminal Dogma. Which, have we seen Terminal Dogma before? I know we've seen Adam before, which is
Yeah.
in Terminal Dogma. But did we see this weird white moon field?
No, but I think that's just the. I think it's just the AT field when it knows it's in danger kind of move. That's what I kind of believe it.
Okay, well, how deep is Nerve?
Uh, do not talk about how deep is the love.
Um, but then another equally powerful AT field appears out of nowhere and like cuts off all communication with the uh, the the command center, and they have no idea where it's coming from. And then it cuts back to the room, and we just see Ray in the background doing it.
Exactly.
Yes. So Kaoru approaches Adam to, I guess, free him or whatever, and realizes that uh, the humans have played one more trick, that it's not actually Adam, it's Lilith. Which we'll discuss that in a minute, because let's just get through the rest of this episode.
Yep.
Kaoru says that to him, life and death are of equal value, but death is the one true choice anyone actually has. And
Hey, remember
what?
depression? Keep
Yeah.
going. Depression.
And if Shinji doesn't kill him now, humanity will be destroyed. And Kaoru loves Shinji and wants him to live. So then we get another long still frame of Unit 1 holding Kaoru in a very like King Kong kind of way. And it's just them like staring each other down until Shinji squeezes his hand, and we see Kaoru's decapitated head roll into a pool.
A pool of LCL.
Yes. And then we see Unit Gendo and Ray watching as Unit 1 is hosed off, and we see its bloody hand. And then we cut to Shinji talking to Misato, looking at the ruins over that like lake at night, and Shinji tells her that Kaoru is the only person who ever said that he liked that he liked him, that he liked Shinji.
It was. Yeah, it's also the first person that has given Shinji like actual like human contact, and it's sort of I think we hinted at this earlier of just the thing in whatchamacallit, and much like many mech animes of the person who runs the mech, the child most of the times, or if anyone like that, actually realizing that they kill people. And so this is like that moment of Shinji killing someone he actually kind of cared about in like a quick way, and someone who actually treated him right, of just like sometimes as humans we often have to kill physically and mentally, and then sometimes emotionally, just kill other humans.
Yes. And Shinji says that Kaoru should have survived instead, but Misato tells him that Kaoru craved death and Shinji did nothing wrong.
He
So,
did nothing wrong.
Josh, what the fuck is
Yeah,
going
I was waiting
on?
for this moment.
So, I mean, I know we still have 2 episodes left, and I doubt we're actually going to get much more explanation. I feel like we're going to get more questions.
Yeah.
For every question they answer, we'll get 2 more in its place.
Yep.
So, yeah, so Gendo somehow merged Adam with his own body.
Yep.
So, are the Avas being created from himself? Is that why he's building all the Avas? Is because he has to create them because Adam's in himself?
No. So with that reveal, it's the very typical thing of Avas are all coming from Lilith.
So Lilith is like, or from, are we supposed to understand that like, are Lilith and Adam like Adam and Eve or something? Like, because they talk
Yes.
about them, yeah. So they're the first humans, or like this is like the original form, I guess.
Yeah. So we might come. I would rather come back to this at the end.
Okay,
It,
because
it's
you can't,
not.
yeah.
No, 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 because it kind of you need to see how it ends so that you could get like a better idea. Because right now, if we go into it, it's gonna be way more confusing than if we just talk about it at the end. I'm gonna be very honest with
Okay,
you.
fine,
But you
but
have to remember that if you go back to the past episodes, it's Lilith has been down in Central Dogma or Terminal Dogma for years at this point.
yes.
And if you look at like how it's positioned of LCL pours out of the bottom of her, and that is what goes into Ava's to make the pilots be able to use them, and also where Ray was created and like made. It's a
Wait, Josh.
yeah.
Are entry plugs supposed to be wombs?
Hey man, finally you got it. You wanted Biomax, you got Biomax.
Show's so fucking weird. Um, yeah. So are the angels supposed to be hunting Lilith, or are they just supposed to be hunting Adam? And they that's where they thought it was. Like I thought they were operating based on like feel and like pull or instincts or whatever.
No, I'm once again going to say we should talk about this once we get to the last two
Okay. Is this
episodes.
why the angels attacked that ship with Asuka? Because Gendo was there too.
They were looking for Adam.
Yeah. Though I guess that doesn't work all the time either, because angels attack when Gendo's not there.
Yes, but Gendo wasn't fused with Adam until like not that long ago. Like
Oh, so this
in
is a
the terms of
recent
this,
development.
yes,
So Adam was somewhere else until recently.
yeah, because remember that Kaji gave him the embryo, and so he's had the embryo somewhere for the longest time.
Oh.
And then
Okay, so
recently, in
that's what
terms of
happened
this,
with the embryo.
yeah, he's just been hanging on to the embryo the entire time. And so that brings in the question, are the angels attacking the embryo or are they attacking Lilith?
Interesting. I don't know. I
No,
doubt we will
well,
actually know. We'll just be speculating.
it's a lot of speculation, my guy.
So, yeah, so next time we have episode 25, The Ending World, and Do You Love Me? And episode 26, The Beast That Shouted I at the Heart of the World, and Take Care of Yourself. Take care of yourself, Josh.
I, I'm so glad that, it's so painful.
I, I feel like I understand, and I feel like this is how I feel about cats.
Still have to watch that.
Don't watch Cats, Josh. Do not
I'm
understand
going
my
to
pain.
watch Cats.
Don't understand my pain. You shouldn't do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Josh, it's 2 hours of character introductions. Don't do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay? Report back when you do.
I will. All right.
So, yeah,
I
so
gotta go. What?
yes, you gotta go. The show is over. Thank you, everyone. We will be back to end the show. I guess the first time, because then we have to end it a second time and then a third time.
Please just end me.
Bye.
All right. Bye.